Okay, let's see if we can do this one more time without me, without stage fright. This is scary. Okay, so what we're going to do today, be trying to speak normal, knowing it's live, even if nobody's actually watching this. Um, at least possibility of someone finding this, yeah, that would be really nerve-wracking, and I need to learn how to speak normally if I have to improve. And second, I actually thought, oh yeah, speaking without stammering, like actually using words and using the right tone, uh, vocabulary, um, tone, and other things. That's English. From time to time, I'll be switching to Malayalam as well because I don't know how long I can keep up speaking English. Um, at least I hope I can do better with as time goes on. And if I don't cringe watching myself do this. Um, Second is Unity. I am currently a game developer student, uh, game dev student, currently doing an online course. So I just currently I'm in a bit of a slump, getting over this slump of mine. Yeah, I just realized that I turned my phone on just to see if live was working. So I probably you'll be hearing echoes from time to time. Sorry for that. So yeah, going back again, trying to speak normal, knowing it's live, as if like someone could pass by and actually watch this video. Second is speaking without stammering. Using the right words and tone and other things. Like I usually stumble and I use wrong words at the wrong time because like I'm not a native English speaker, as you can, like, as you might have guessed. So that, and when I'm nervous, I actually I'm not inventing words, but it's kind of like um, like I make do with some words. Like I forget about the occasion, or if I can use those words at the right at that moment, but I somehow find a word and then make it, like it's kind of like adjusting with other words. I think I have to stop that. Second is Unity, getting out of the slump. Like I'm in currently in a slump. I'm doing an online course and I'm currently stuck. I'm not stuck, but there are things going on in my life and I can concentrate on my studies and stuff. So this probably would help me study. And yeah, second would be maybe making myself accountable. Like if I'm putting myself out there, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. So like by doing so, like I'm holding myself accountable to finish the projects that I'm starting. Like what I do right now is like I start a project and then I have every files and everything goes messy, and then just delete everything, and then maybe 2 3 days I just watch tutorials and stuff, like I go into tutorial help time to time, and then you know what happens. So and yeah, so the way I'll be doing is like, I would be doing a single small tiny project, and I will be tutorials, tutorials, uh, referring GPT time to time. Like I will not be asking GPT to how I can make that project, but more like, with the syntax and some vector calculations. I think like rotation and all those things. Like I frequently get mixed up, and yeah. So referring tutorials, referring GPT, and not referring really asking GPT for like, syntaxes and problems, and not the whole thing. Um, then I'll be frequenting Reddit and all those sites. Um, that's how I'll be doing. So what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not 100% lost. Like I'm still learning, and I still refer notes. Yeah, my own notes. I'll be referring my own notes. So this is what I'll be doing. Like I'll be referring my notes. I'll be referring tutorials, and at times like you'll be watching the stream, and then nothing will be happening on screen. What I'd be doing is like, probably I'll be watching some tutorial or something like that. I wish I could stream that too, but I'm not familiar with the copyright thingies and all, so I'm not sure that if I can stream another person's video. So yeah, so refer tutorials, ask GPT time to time, Reddit and all those sites, and then my own notes. Wait, do we have anything else? And one last thing about the channel. Um, so I won't be sharing anything from my uh, real life, like real life stuff, like, because this I want this to be a like a safe space. So no passwords and all those things, like no unnecessary anything memory and all those things. Like what I'd be focusing on game dev and gaming if I have time. um, and also this all doubles as a sort of like, I had been stuck in my room for a pretty long time, and people have been asking, like my family and friends and all that have been asking what I'm doing with my time. So this video probably would shed light on what I'm actually doing each day, I hope. Like I'm not sure if I can keep this up for today, like for a long time. Like I mean, the live thing is really nerve wracking. So I don't know how long I can keep up. And also like, Unity, and I haven't brushed up. Like I haven't been revising. Like I know what things are, what I'll be doing and stuff. But in the exact syntax and the pattern, using patterns, problem solving, all those things. Like even the simple thing is like, the new input system in Unity. Like I know how that works. Like you creating classes, and then firing off events, and then listening to it, and all those things. But theoretically, I think I know what are, but exactly syntax wise and actually practically, like I feel like I spent, I think I've spent a little too much time in tutorials, and I've not been doing much. But doing is how we learn. So yeah, this is day one. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself. Yeah, so this is 1:49 a.m. Like I'm from, this is the only this one thing I'm doing. I'm from Kerala, I'm from Alpha, and it's 1:49 a.m. Like I should be sleeping right now, but I can't sleep. Like for the past few months, I can't actually sleep. So anyway, I'm not sleeping. So why not actually spend it productively and then uh, live like a vampire? Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. And from time to time, if I'm daring enough, like if things allow me, like I might even do this. Wait. wait. I might do something like this. Yeah, that's me. That's me. or with awful lighting and all the settings. So yep, that's the uh, yeah. Already it's making. I'll just remove it. Okay, so yes, this is the whole plan. I don't know. Maybe after 2 hours or something, I might actually try streaming a game or something, like to just make me relax, make me. It's really difficult. Like I'm not a person like I'm not I don't usually do this live thingy, and not like I'm not I don't see this is one of the reasons that I actually have to do this, because like I get stuck on some places. Uh, so what I was trying to say is like I'm not familiar with the social networking and stuff like IRL stuff. Like I had some stuff, have some live views and stuff. So I've not been very social for the past few years, and I use Instagram and all those things like for watching trolls and stuff. Like I don't think I have even one photo except my profile pic or something. So and that's who is actually doing the live thingy now here. So it's not that I'm out of practice. It's not that I don't practice. So I thought I might do it unlisted or private or something like that, but the thing is, I need to face this fear of someone else stumbling upon this video, and you know, yeah, that thought of like someone might actually stumble upon this video and see me uh, stammer in front of the mic, but yeah, and there'd be long pauses and stuff like I won't be talking that often, so probably you'll be watching this screen like the itinerary, the agenda or something. Yeah, that's pretty much I'll be starting Unity. So I've already created a new file. Wait, wait, I am not streaming Unity. Am I streaming? Yeah, I'm not. So I have created a new project. Yeah, about the thing I'm supposed to do it. I will be to that. So this is what I'm planning to do. The supposedly small project that I'm trying to make is like a space shooter. Space shooter. So there'd be like a spaceship. We can fly around with it. Like there'd be space. Obviously, it's space. We need spaceships, and planets, and all those things. Like not exactly a simulation-y kind of way. Like it's the props. They're all props. Props. Only props. Um, so there'd be a spaceship. We'd be have a first-person view inside the spaceship. I definitely need that one. Um, then there'd be uh, enemy AI, like enemy ships. Hopefully, like AI and stuff. Like I might delve into later. And so this is how it is. Like you chase after. It's kind of like the setting would be like an apocalyptic space story. Like this is the let's brainstorm. So what I was thinking is like humanity have expanded, of course, like all the other stories. Like forgive my horrible art skills, but I'm also like the stage fright thing is still here. I mean, even with no one watching, it feels like I feel yeah, my throat is drying up. So humanity have um, yeah, they've gone out of Earth and stuff, but then some bad alien ships thingies, uh, they invade, kind of like, they try to take over the Earth, and the space stations and all those, whatever the humanity have, like maybe just our solar system. I'm not sure. So these aliens, it's basically aliens versus humans, but it's not just Earth, but it's kind of like an area in space. So it's kind of, yeah. And then what we are supposed to do, like, aliens have these weird square shaped, maybe octagonal. The reason I'll come to why I chose an octagonal or something, like a reason for this. So kind of like this weird ships. So they'd be um, having human prisoners, and what we are going to do is, like, we would chase after these, like in our minimap. These ships would pop up, and then we'd be chasing them and docking. And when you're docking, it would be like an interior, like a spaceship scene, like Unity, and we'd be straight affair, like, doom and all, like, we'd be shooting them. That's what I'm currently hoping to achieve. And then the aliens would have like weird, um, slimy. Yeah. That's supposed to be an alien spaceship, but yeah, I don't think it's all it needs is a pineapple to make it like a pineapple fruit. So what I'm trying to do, like, okay, that's, yeah, I made it awful. I made it even bad, even worse. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. So the enemy ships and enemy fighter ships, those are like the ones that would chase after you in space. And then enemy uh, prison ships, so like giant ships. Like I need to brush up my naming skills, but this so yeah, these would hold the prisoners and aliens, hopefully. So this is the gist of it. I don't know if I've reached it, but my time frame, um, I hope I can do at least some of this, like at least the spaceship and the enemy fights AI. I've seen YouTube videos where they've been done a very less amount of time, but like since I have to learn as well as, like, I won't be blindly following one tutorial, like I'll be referring multiple, and then mixing and match. It's not just mixing and matching, like I'll be asking GPT to for the meaning of the syntax and all those things. Like I have a sort of base foundation with Unity, but like I don't know how far up I go, and like in skill wise, I think. And yeah, we'll go back. Another thing I want to counter: stammering. Yeah, actually, I already did it, so maybe spacing out would be the thing. Spacing out and forgetting that I've done all. Forgetting mind blank. Okay, so there'd be videos like, this is day one, and I've tried to speak in English in day one, and then maybe there'd be like a day two or three where I switch to Malayalam. Okay, it's customary. I should be saying something. So അതുകൊണ്ട് മൂന്നോ നാലോ ദിവസം കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിലോട്ട് ചിലപ്പോൾ സ്വിച്ച് ചെയ്യും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ബാക്ക് ടു ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്. സോ ഒന്ന് സ്റ്റേജ് ഫിയർ കറക്കണം, പിന്നെ രണ്ട് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിന് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ സ്പീക്കിങ്ങിന് കറക്റ്റ് ആവണം, മൂന്ന് യൂണിറ്റി കയറണം, നാല് യൂണിറ്റി എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യണം, ലൈക്ക് ട്യൂട്ടോറിയലിൽ പെടാതെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ തട്ടിക്കൂട്ട് പ്രൊജക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാതെ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ക്രിയേറ്റീവായിട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലും. ക്രിയേറ്റിവ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇച്ചിരി ഫ്രീഡം, that's what I'm looking for. പിന്നെ ഈ സ്വയം ക്ലിഞ്ച് ആ ഫീലിംഗ്, ലൈക്ക് സ്റ്റേജ് ഫിയർ, സ്റ്റേജ് ഫ്രൈറ്റ്, അതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ വേറെ പതിപ്പില്ല. ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ പുറത്തോട്ട് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഞാൻ പറയുന്ന രീതി, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ the version of ourselves that's inside our heart is way cooler and way more daring than the version of us outside. So we just need to make a connection with those two, I think. പിന്നെന്തുവാ, ഉം, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. പിന്നെ ചെയ്യാൻ പോവാത്തത് ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ ലൈഫ് പ്രോബ്ലംസും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ പ്രശ്നം വെച്ചാൽ ഞാൻ പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഞാൻ റിയൽ ലൈഫ് ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ ഉള്ളതാണ്. ഞാൻ ഈ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അത് തന്നെ ലൂപ്പ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്വഭാവമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ദിസ് വുഡ് ബി ലൈക്ക് എ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് പ്ലേസ് ലൈക്ക് വേർ ഐ വോണ്ട് ബി diverging much about my past or something, or like past experience, life story, the problems I face or anything like that. Like I won't be going into any of those things. Just game development and hopefully gaming. Definitely gaming. Yeah. I mean, if there's one thing I like to talk about, that's gaming. I hope my stage here won't cannibalize my interest in gaming. Yep. So back to our project. ഒന്നാമത്തെ കാര്യം ഇതാണ് ഏറ്റവും യൂണിറ്റി ചെയ്യുന്ന ഏറ്റവും പ്രശ്നം. ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് ലൈക്ക് എനിക്കൊരു സ്റ്റോറി എഴുതാൻ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ this is the blank page. This is where we have to do things, and this is where I get stuck most of the time. Like I open this and ചിലപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് മൂന്ന് ഗെയിം ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാക്കി രണ്ട് മൂന്ന് ഫോൾഡേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി ഞാൻ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടും അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് പിന്നെ സ്റ്റക്ക് ആയിട്ട് ഇപ്രാവശ്യം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അപ്പം സ്പേസ് ഷിപ്പ് വേണം. അപ്പോൾ പ്ലെയർ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് സ്പേസ് ഷിപ്പ് ആണ്. പക്ഷേ ഈ സീൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഔട്ടർ സ്പേസും ഇന്നർ സ്പേസും വേണം. കാരണം എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് okay, so we'll be having like a ഇന്റീരിയർ ഉണ്ട്, എക്സ്റ്റീരിയർ സീനും ഉണ്ട്. ഇന്റീരിയർ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും നമ്മുടെ സ്പേസ് ഷിപ്പിൻ്റെ ക്യാബിൻ, കോക്പിറ്റ്, ക്യാബിനും കോക്പിറ്റും പിന്നെ എക്സെട്ര എക്സെട്ര, ക്വാർട്ടേഴ്സ്, മറ്റേ വേറെ ആൾക്കാരൊക്കെ വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ ഉള്ള ക്വാർട്ടേഴ്സ്. അത്രയും ഫീച്ചേഴ്സ് ഒന്നുമില്ല. ഫീച്ചർ ക്ലിപ്പ് ആവാതിരിക്കാൻ നോക്കണം. Even with these features, I don't think I would be able to finish this within a week or so, but I still have to try. Exterior എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം like just spaceship. Yep, spaceship. No customization, no leveling up, no nothing. Like that we used to find in other games like No Man's Sky അല്ലെങ്കിൽ Starfield ഒക്കെ പോലെ customization ഒന്നുമില്ല. Just ഒരു basic നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ഫൈറ്റർ spaceship ഉണ്ട്. And we chase after the aliens. അപ്പം ഇതാണ്. അപ്പം സ്പേസ് ഫ്ലൈറ്റും അപ്പം ഗെയിം പ്ലേ ലൂപ്പാണ് ഫസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കണം. ഗെയിം പ്ലേ ലൂപ്പ് ഇവിടെ ഒന്ന് എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം spaceship space tower once again. Yeah, this is why I need practice. So external would be like a spaceship. I've already established that. Gameplay look basically the outer gameplay is like dog fighting. Space dog fighting isn't that what we call like space dog fighting? Basically enemy ships and all just shields and all those things. Second would be interior and gameplay loop are more like a white thingy, like you can go around in your spaceship and maybe പ്രിസണേഴ്സിനെ നമ്മൾ റെസ്ക്യൂ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അവരെ കോക്പിറ്റിൽ ഇൻറ്റീരിയറിൽ കോക്പിറ്റിൽ കാണാൻ പറ്റും. ദാറ്റ് വുഡ് ബി എ ഗുഡ് തിങ് ടു ഡു. യെസ്, ദാറ്റ് വുഡ് ബി എ റിയലി ഗുഡ് തിങ് ടു ഡു. അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ചൊരു എല്ലായിട്ടും എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഫീലിംഗും വരും. സോ ദാറ്റ്സ് ഔട്ടർ ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ white. Yeah, I spaced out again. So interior, what I'm going to do is prisoners once you അതാണ് രസമാണ്. ഇന്റീരിയറിന്റെ ഗെയിം പ്ലേ ലൂപ്പ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇൻസൈഡ് ദി ഏലിയൻ മദർഷിപ്പ് അല്ലാതെ പ്രസന്റ് ഷിപ്പ്. അവിടെ basically doom. That's all I'm going to do. We have guns, there are enemies walking around. ആനിമേഷനും പ്ലെയർ സംഭവങ്ങൾ കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് അറിയത്തില്ല. ചിലപ്പം മിക്കവാറും ക്യൂബ്സും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ആയിരിക്കും. ക്യൂബ്സും ചിലതൊക്കെ ഓക്കെയാണ്. പക്ഷേ enemies and shoot them and doom gameplay. So basically we are actually making two games and somehow trying to link them. Okay, one more thing that I have to mention is like we don't have a power source like in like IRL. Internet. I don't know if I should be using IRL a lot many times. I don't have a generator or like a backup power source for my house, so probably this could end at any moment. Like we have power issues, but then since I've already established that we have power issues, might not happen. That's how life is. But this is how it usually is. I have several power cuts, several lengthy power cuts these days. So there might be a chance that this stream would stop abruptly, but um, during which I'd be working on the design thing. It's like going back and forth and maybe watching some tutorials in my phone and making notes and stuff. I have a lot of notes here. I'll show you. Wait one second. Wait. Yeah. So this. You see this. These are this. That's how thick it is. Like there's so many papers. I mean, this book is half empty. Yes, but this is. C sharp and stuff like this is the programming stuff, and these are the Unity stuff. So I don't have any shortage for notes, but the thing I've prepared is actual shortage is actually practicing and making something. Like I can make functionalities. Like if someone asks to do some functionality, like I have to make something like a small program. Like you have to make a first person character control them, and like a street lamp. Like I was asked like last time my review, like the course I was mentioning, like I was asked to do something like all those things. Like I'm able to do things, but unless I've actually finished a project, and I don't think like this is a project week and I'm stuck, and I somehow have to do it. Like I my real world problems affect my studies a bit too much than what I actually what I'm supposed to do. Like, that's how you put it. So yes. So my with my notes, and there's a separate section for notes and stuff. So even with all the notes, like I am still not able to. I don't think I'd still be able to. Um, 1 second. Um, I'd still be able to do this thing effortlessly. That's what I was trying to say. Um, just a moment, like I have to check if the stream is online. Like at least the video is saving. I have to check 1 second. Yep, it's still running. Started 5 seconds ago. Oops. Why is it saying it started just 5 seconds? So if I watch from my own account, it still counts as 1 0. I hope. Yeah, I hope it's just me. Okay, so the purpose of the channel is not channel. Yeah, it's kind of like a personal library, personal growth, personal development, and if I ever find the nerve to do something else, I might actually do something like a new video. Not stick with it. And the devices I'm using, like I'm writing with the um, Q1 tablet. I have a laptop like has a 3060. It's Dell. I have, yeah, back to our project. Where do I start? Where do I start? So the first thing would be, like, I think it'd be better like if I organize this first time. Oh, I've already done that. Like it's an empty project. I think I've done before. Custom assets is like, I try to make low poly assets in Blender, mostly Blender, yeah, Blender. And if I ever try my hand at pixel art and stuff, like I might also include like these are custom assets, like things I made, the crappy stuff I make. These would be free assets, like Kenny. So like if I get some assets or something, this would be materials and shaders, self-explanatory, prefabs, scenes, strips, setting, yes. Okay, and inside the strip we don't have anything. Okay. And I think I have to drag, yeah, I might, even if it's not script, I think I drag the input things to a script. Yeah. Input actions. Okay. Yeah, I'll be deleting all of this. Like, I haven't even. Mm, should I make the play? No, 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 no. I think I'll just delete everything because the purpose is learning. So everything's empty and say there's no going back. Oh, fuck, I should do something. And put action over the event. What I'm going to do, okay. What I do with everything, just sweep it under the right. So basically, I will be, if I can find it, where the hell is the console? Maybe I should, yeah, there. God damn it. Yeah, this is actually especially embarrassing in front of her, like knowing that. The thing is, like, I changed the layout before, like maybe I'll just put it default for now. And yeah, we have the console and clear. Yeah, that solves it. That solves it. So we put input action, we put an action. Let's. So this is the main thing, right? Like it's the player, and this would be. Wait, we actually have a ship, right? Um, so if it's ship and player, like maybe do the minimum. Yeah, this is one I found and output. Let's do the same. Um, and binding this wire that to okay. Yep, I probably embarrassed myself more times than I can count. I should be adding a vector composite. Um, so I add a binding and where the hell is yep. How did we do that? Oh, we actually do this. No. Action type, value, interaction. You know what? 1 second. I just you need to. 1 second. Damn it. Mouse. Okay. Yep. Control type vector. Wait, I'm actually making the first person view first or ship first. That's what I should be making. This is the WST, right? Uh, and for vector value. Oh god, this is. Yeah, this is what happens when I'm actually on live. Like I, half of my mind is actually, yeah. This is actually a good practice for me to do with the reviews as well. Like when they're asking something, like so there are times like don't say if we'll do it again. So there we go. Yeah, finding the mouse. Use. Have you? There was this thing called the vector composite was in there. Um, yeah, this was what I was looking for. Up, down, right, left, composite, or backward. Now we don't want this. Yes, this was what I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, so you might get frustrated if you're watching me the first time because like I am getting frustrated with myself. Like I know I've have some theoretical knowledge and like I've actually done this once or twice I think. But as you can see it's like I'm still yeah. Mm, okay, that be keyboard. You know what? You listen left. Down would be S. Left would be no, no. Yeah, I won't be. I don't think I'll be doing joystick. Like if I want joystick, I add later on. Like this is enough. Oh god. So, yep, safe. Don't do that. That I need to figure out now. Input action with regards UI and asset could now be found from the input system software. So if I do something like the UI, will it go away? Okay, so we need all those things. Why is that? Like it's I think ever since Unity integrated it, it's getting different for now. Like we'll ignore this for now, and if the things go bad, like, we'll try to solve it one at a time. So we have on foot and UI new action, which has nothing. Um, yeah, go ahead and create, generate, and apply. And I have to include that on obvious. Wait. Window. And buy some miracle. Somebody at the course watch this and see how awful I am with the things. Like you should understand that I'm a bit rusty and pick things up. But I hope. Yep. So we have the class generator, so that's good. Right. What else do we have to do? And oh shit. Delete. Studio. Visual Studio. It's not open yet. Why is it's open? I'm in Visual Studio. I can't select Visual Studio for some reason. Why is that? Okay, because it is integrated, so that means like I can open it in Unity and it will show me. One second, let me. Can you see in the live? Just one second. It's not going to. You don't see me. Live testing and yeah, Visual Studio is not there. I can see the tail and encode over there. Mm. Okay, so how do I get Visual Studio? I think I'll just close it and then open it separately, and then hopefully I can. Oh yes, Studio. Okay, I should just drag it. Why can't I drag it normally? Like why? Yes, I think there's some resolution problems. Like I think I picked up a funny one. Um, yeah, well, first day. This will do. This will be fine. And what I'm going to do is open up input system in. Okay, actually open the second one. Is it showing? No, it's not showing. I don't think it's showing up. We'll close it and yeah, that does the trick. Okay, so we have. Okay, so we have inputs checked. Sample scene, make the order, okay. So we do the first person, and then shifting. Like I'll be taking a little break. Like I need to look at my notes and stuff. Like I'll be back in few minutes. Yeah, so getting what I did was, yeah. hmm That's why I need notes, and that's why I'm more reliant on notes. And like I always look for notes for doing things. Pretty sure by the end of a few days, like I'd actually be confident enough to do things by my own. We get so I was trying to do something. Was it? Yeah. So I think we need to. Okay, so this is basic gameplay. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. It's not just basic gameplay. Basic features would be more accurate. Basic stuff, inputs, managing inputs, and that we'd be using the new input system. No matter how often I seem with it, I think like input get access to, while it feels it's easier to just uh, get input access and all those things. Like no, I shouldn't end with all those things. So let me rephrase it again. Even if it seems like it's easier to do the get input access and mouse x mouse y, which is just what I've been using for a long time. I've actually seen it in videos and stuff like how useful this is. Basically, it returns the vector and just one variable. And it's not just returning values and stuff like. First of all, it uses something called events, like what does is like it listens like there are subscribers and all those things. Like it makes it more modular as well as um, um, easier for control for us to add alternative controllers as well, like gamepad or touch controls, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, just as like I know about these things, but doing these things, yeah, this is the first step I guess. So that's inputs and a new input. Then we have, what else do we have? We have UI elements. I will be using basic UI, the not legacy, the Unity UI, not UI toolkit, the web-based UXML, UHTML. Also. I won't be using that. I'll be using the basic stuff. But I will be doing my next project with this one. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully there's a next project. Um, then what do we have? We have inputs UI and then the actual movement stuff like the um, rotations, transformations. 2 a.m. already to the rotations, transformations, and all those things. Like when you press a button and the ship turns or goes forward or speeds up, those things. Um, and then I have to do it for both player as well as ship movement, which is different. Ship moves like a tank. I did a few research on ship movement and stuff. Like basically, it's WASD. It's not WASD. It's WNS for forward and backwards, and then the other buttons like I think A and D for it turns the things, and then Q and for it's called pitch and yaw. I don't know which is which, but we'll be looking into it shortly. Like it's ship control is a little different from how player kind of players. It's basically mouse X, like by the old way is actually mouse X and mouse Y. We get the values, float values, and then um, use those values like add them, subtract, clamp it with a 90 degree and all those things. They're the basic stuff. The FPS, like I'll be doing the FPS movement because Doom, as I said earlier, but with the new input system, like it's the same thing. Like we get the vector values and all those. But I think I haven't used it much, so we'll be learning how to use it. The mouse as well as so inputs to damn it. So new input, um, layer. make it a little more organized. I think I'll do it. So, no. Yeah, this doesn't work. No, I don't know how to use it properly. Just hope input basically layer ship, and we'll be using the new input system. Then UI, um, we have menu screen which will do last I think, and the UI, usual UI. And do we have anything else? And also world UI, like this is the thing, like you see the waypoints and stuff, like the UI elements that you see in the world. Those the in this 3D space, you know, those markers and waypoints and all those things that you see in games. Okay, am I audible? Is this? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So menu screen UI, world UI, yes, and we'll be using the normal Unity UI. We'll be using and learning. When I say using, I'll be learning to do it from. So input UI, what do we have? Movement, the actual rotations, transformations, etc. Rotations, transforms, etc. Actually, I have to learn. FPS for player, and tank E for ship. Or else like audio at the end, I'll probably do by end. But yeah, this will be the first thing that we'll be doing. Player ship and input and movement systems, and then the UI elements. That's probably what we'll be doing at first. And okay, do we have this? Yeah. What do we use the radar? Can I make it horizontal? No, I get a tractor, damn it. Yeah, by next time I probably know how to use encoder properly. Forgive me for this. Forgive me this time. Like this was all okay. So this live thing here, this is not pre-planned. This was actually something that I did out of desperation, basically. I had thought about lives and stuff, but not for Unity, but just games and stuff. Um, so why I did that, as you can see, like the earlier fumbling with the new input system, as you can see, that's why I do it. That's why I suddenly did it without any pre-planning of any sort. Like I watched a few videos and then just went on with it. So yeah, I hope no one ever watches this. But yeah, there you have it. Can I just yeah, you know what? I just break yes, and was there any ads? I hope everyone no ads and stuff. Okay. Uh, scroll will. Ah, see, are you seeing this? 90. Can I type it and then you move it over? Ooh, fancy. Can I draw a line? Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. Just have to draw along the border. Okay. What this is for, still get a better idea of what features I want to install. So what were the features? Ship, movement, ship, attack. So also we have to clear the space. Like usually the people will asteroids and stuff. We'll start with that. I think. Um, then FPS movement. Um, so we need. Oh shit! Before FPS movement, we need one more thing. Uh, Ship enemies. Um, then we have FPS movement and FPS enemies. Normal enemies. Then do we need to generate? Maybe I will do a handcrafted level for this one, and then maybe next time try out something like yeah, levels basically inside ship. Are there any other features that we need to implement? Ship movement, ship attack, mm, laser, which is the bread and butter for these things, and maybe projectile, missiles, and defense like a shield 80%, 50%. That's what you please forgive me. Balance, stop, check, stop, pause, fast. Space, ship enemies, FPS moment, FPS enemies, levels inside ship. Okay, so next we have yeah, this pretty much. Do we have anything else? Well, um, notes, timeline. Do we need to yeah, we should be doing a timeline because um, docking docking these would require like a fade out or something. Like I think that we do it with we don't necessarily do it need to do that docking animation or anything. Like we can just change scenes, right? Like get into area, use it. We don't exactly need the docking procedure. We can just crash into it. It's the alien ship anyway. I mean, no, we can do that. Oh, I'll be doing like some like blender modeling. Like, is that something I think I can do? But then when I'm in front of like when I'm on live, I don't think my brain works. Mm, I will be doing using line blender, senators. Yeah, we'll be having particles and all those things. Yep, I think this is it. Input. We for first today we'll be looking into input and for the player, the basic first person. So I'll be taking a little break because like I need to refer a few tutorials with the new input system. Like I need to friend with this. So yes, I hope I could. I wish I could have just streamed the tutorials I'll be watching, but unfortunately, am still not familiar with the proper editing. I don't think I can stream. This is still working. Just wait. Another thing I think you might have noticed is how mouse. When I think about my own voice, I think about mouse. You know, speaky and always afraid. Uh, how that would- yeah, it's still live. How long was it? Oh, we have a mic audio and a desktop audio, so I think I can watch tutorials and here and I just mute out the audio. I hope that works. Don't have to switch to my phone to for tutorials and everything. Previously, I can actually talk about things while I'm learning, and that would be okay. Just a minute. Let me just test it. I think it works. Okay, what do I play? Yeah. Or Zand, Zand. Yeah, it works. It works. Need something with a new input system. Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah, so one mistake I did was yeah, de- define the type of movement. Like, it's layer on. If it's just on foot or by using a vehicle or something, that's the leftmost. That's the action map. And yeah, of course, the name of the action map, it's actually action map. Mapping the actions of what each of the maps, yeah, on the surface of the maps. So, if you moving or jumping, WASD or jumping or something. Anyway, let's watch. Let me watch and then we can just. You know what? Yeah, nobody's even watching this. There's another thing I hope to achieve with this live thing. Yeah, live thingy. That's when I'm browsing YouTube for tutorials and stuff. These, you know how algorithms are, right? Like, all the more interesting things, and you click once, and then it's like a chain of clicks, and you're watching many videos after you know, all you're left with is regret. So I hope this can actually push me Yes, definitely. Definitely. Wait, one thing I need to know is like, how do I do mouse movement? One thing I'm doing is like, I'm actually preferring old tutorials, so I have to um, try implementing the new features with the old ones. Like, I'm not copying one to one the tutorials. I'm actually, I have to understand what the thing is if I have to fashion it into the new system. So, mouse, mouse, enable and disable. Yeah, this is an input system. Is that why it's just like it's an event system? So we have to enable or disable it. Um, so the tutorial is suggesting like you actually need an input manager and then inside, yeah, of course, an input manager to get in the input values and to interact with the actual player moment. So that's a little decoupling, but the thing I'm not understanding, like, why if why do we have to wait. So there's on enable and on disable. Like when if the input manager is disabled, the input action map is also disabled. Why do we have to do that? Like I've heard that, like, if you're doing events and subscription and all that, like has to we have to disable it after the object is destroyed or something like that, or else something happens. So, huh, we made a reference. Well, it's not reference. We actually created a new input. The new class we generated. So a new instance of the class, and then a new instance of a new variable um, for the onput action as well. Onput actions. So name plus actions. Good. Um, and then yeah. I think I know. This is actually better. Like was it Feynman something like when we teach, or at least when we are narrating things as we are learning, I think we learn better. I should have done this at the beginning of the class. Like yeah, definitely. Like I think I did it for the old system and stuff, and not just the old system. Like the old tutorials. The back is like the Infinity Runner and all that. Like um, while I had been doing, like I did this we have a project, like we have this project thingy, like where we have to kind of explain a project, like I picked my project, and then because I explained it, like I have I yeah, exactly, like when you're explaining something, like you have a better grasp at it, at least it's easier to learn, I think. So it's continuing. So that's it, like we create an instance for the class we generated, the one we generated with the input action map, and then we did the instantiation the variable for the action map, And then if the input manager is disabled or enable, if the input manager is disabled, we have to disable it as well. Like probably, no, actually it is useful for menus and stuff, but then menus and stuff, that's not the same thing. I think. Probably, I'm not sure. Probably by the end of this, like if I finished everything, like I might actually put a list of resources that I've learned. Maybe, maybe not. Um, let's see, like we have shit ton of resources because like um, this session actually doubles as a revision as well for me. Like I have been chasing many other things. Uh, so um, yeah, I'd be using as many tutorials as I can. What was the word? Laborious, like there is this one word that anyway I'd be using as many tutorials as I please. So and that, in the end it would be like a very big list because like I need multiple perspectives of the same thing to get a clear idea. Um, so yeah, continuing learning. Yeah, okay, next you create a class for the actual movement. So it's between the input and the actual movement. Yep. Create. So I'm actually writing my notes as well. Like I wish I could do it digitally, but at least I will have something to watch. But I feel like I learn more when I'm writing on paper, pen and paper. So I'm writing my notes as well. So create probably never done that. Yeah, I could have. Um, I could have just watched a tutorial and simultaneously do the thing like a pro or something. Um, but the intention of this video is like if you're watching this, like if anybody is watching this, the intention of this video is to actually learning, and I have to be as truthful as I can. I am at a terrible space. Like I'm out of. I I had less practice and more tutorials in my head, so and I should be embarrassed about it because I keep telling myself like would be I would be solving it, like I'll actually start doing things. But all I end up doing is like watching tutorials and making notes. And yeah, I should feel a little embarrassed about that. So I'm not actually like every time I'm fumbling or making mistakes and like even the basic stuff, like I feel like I'm not learning anything. But that's how this video should be. Because yeah, but there are things that I actually researched. So some parts would be faster than the others. The new features, the old features, and like when it comes to action movements and all those things like that, they're more faster. So they I might not have enough time to explain everything, but this is for me and for uh, this video is not because I. It's like I'm trying to figure out the exact reason why I'm actually doing this video. Like I'm speaking, whether it's English speaking or whether it's speaking in front of live audience or I mean prospective live audience. There isn't anyone that, um, guess as we are doing this, I might actually figure out why I'm actually doing this. That's a way fun way to do this. Okay, let's continue with the studies. So we're using a character controller. Okay, yep, that's better because custom custom stuff for us. Yeah, for notes, like you can do more character movements for two ways. Like you can either do character control or you can do rigid body. Rigid body is kind of like maybe I should write some notes and stuff just to make sure that I remember things. So we have movement, player movement. Basically, there are two types. Like the rigid body, which is actually Unity's way of physics simulation, like it's simulating gravity and collisions and all those things. Like it's like an object with gravity and also properties and stuff. And then we have something called character controller. This one it has a collider and stuff, but what we're doing is we're actually defining the constraints of the like it's custom made. So what happens is like rigid body is easier. Like you can just think. I think it's easier to implement. I think at least, but you can have unexpected effects. Like if your player isn't exactly super into physics control, like you want how the player to behave and all those things, like you use character control all this. But what happens is what we should. So if we are using character control, we have to define our own way of implementing gravity and all those things, gravity and other things. But we have more control over the final than that. As the policy of it is physics simulation, I think. Yes. One second. Okay. So yes, character controller. Let's continue. Another thing is project organization. You can actually duplicate things. In Malayalam, I used to say "Tattikottu programming." What that means, your makeshift programming, spaghetti code. Yes, that's one way of putting it. You can just add all the functionalities directly in the update function without any functions or without any decoupling and all those things. But what happens is you end up making a mess, and at the same time you won't be fit to work. And I think if you have to work in an industry or something, you need to at least have some idea about project organization and decoupling and broken patterns and at least even if you are not following academically, maybe solid principles and all. Yeah. So yeah, most of the time I rely on this spaghetti particular programming. Particular programming. Yeah, that's what it is. It's what so yeah, this is better decoupling. We have an input manager. We have like to like um, accept the key presses and stuff, and then it will emit the signal, and then the actual movement of the stereo. I think probably subscribe to that because watch. it on. I don't think to say for a few minutes. Doesn't it get annoying like um yeah, I do. And I'm trying to like sorting here, so I might as well just do the input stuff. Okay, so shit. Yeah, I need to know what pitch and yaw is. At least I know the. Shit. Okay, so it's not happening. Actually, we have to go the input system action. Input system actions resources. Do we have to add the user statement for the new input system? From here to 6. We have to add it. Then Jeez. After yeah, you can hear the paper, right? Input manager. I have none of my teachers. I mean, viewers. Right input. Okay. If I'm doing something stupid or like something brain dead stupid, like as this one, what was it? If I'm doing something as something in between amateurish and stupid, naive, no, it's something related to that. That is this one word. This is what I was checking. Like I'm searching for this one word that will describe something. Um, Anyway, if I make something stupid, like if I saw do something amateurish, please forgive me. Because I'm busty. Yeah, so for short while, my lights in my room had to be turned off for a short while. So because there are people sleeping in our room, so I probably be doing something else. Like, I can't use my notes and stuff. So I definitely need my notebooks and papers and write stuff as I do things. So just for a short while, I'll be taking a break. I'll be not giving into temptation, but I'm actually going to try streaming a game, see how it performs online. So I don't think I'll be doing this stream. Like I stop this one and then start another. It doesn't have a limit for stopping and starting streaming. So yeah, I'll start once again, like in a few hours. I'll start the project again. Like maybe have a lot more idea on what I'm supposed to do, and not fumble like I did here last time. Still be day one, part two or something. Okay, sure. Anyway, see ya. I mean, see ya next. I think I'll do a shadow walk stream. Let's see